Hello universe and dreamers! It is I, Mr. Tegs, again with the other half of the dreams I was supposed to review in my last video. I couldn't do that because time. I wanted to make the video short. So here's the compromise, okay? Sorry I had to do that. But I want to thank all of you who liked and enjoyed my video. I hope you enjoyed this one just as much. And with that said, let's get into the review. Our first game is Jibanzven, which is a platformer where you have to get a lot of coins under a certain amount of time. And wow, it is a beautiful game, I have to say. It is incredibly detailed. It takes place in a house. And it's not just limited to downstairs, there's also upstairs with different rooms and different stuff inside those rooms, which is just awesome. The amount of hard work and time put into this is phenomenal because I can't imagine one guy doing all this. It's insane. I love everything about this. But this room, this dark room, this is the only thing I had problem with because I couldn't find my way out. I eventually just had to run around to every edge of the wall to find out where is the exit, but I couldn't find the exit. So I really wish you could just at least light up the door so that I know where to go to leave this place, because it's really dark and you know it's easy to get lost. But aside from that, nothing else. All I have is praise for this game because I just wish you could, there was a mode to view everything with a free camera rather than using an ant-sized puppet, because I cannot truly appreciate this game, this environment, without being able to see it all in its beautiful glory. You know, just look at all the dominoes. Look at all the colors, look at the TV, the chair, the carpet. It's just wow. Wow, man. Good job on the environment and kudos to you. I only had one problem, which I don't know if it's your fault or it's Dreams. See what happens. I quit the game, right? I ended the game, and then when I load back in with continue, and press X to start, the game doesn't start, it just ends. The game just ends and asks for like or continue, and I'm just like, what happened here? I want you to try it out, finish, play the game, go to the exit, then press continue to try again. And if it still doesn't work, if it happens the way it happened to me, I want you to call Dreams or email them and tell them that there's a problem with your game, because that's probably not your fault. It's probably their fault. All right. With that said, if you could get that fixed, it's all good. It's all good. I do have a problem with your other game, which is going to be later in the video. Let me review others first before I get to your other game. Our next game is by a dreamer called Abrain. He didn't really give me a game to review. He just gave me his dreamer name. And he has made a lot of good games. Like, look at the likes on his games. So that just goes to show that his games are really good. But I only want to review one at a time because this is a gold mine of review. So what I'll do is I'll review his games one per video. So starting with Tank Battle, which is a very simple game. I don't have anything to complain about. All I have to say is improvements, ideas on how to improve the game. 1, more stages. 2, more tanks. And when I say more tanks, I don't mean tanks that are just different colors. I mean different tanks that the player can unlock as he plays the game onward, you know? Because when you set it for like, just test it out, 5 stages, different booby traps or Uh, aside from booby traps, you could also put some I really can't think of any other thing apart from booby traps. But for tanks, I have a lot of ideas for tanks. You could just add another tank that the player can unlock by, say, destroying the AI. Under 30 seconds, you get to unlock a tank that does more damage but is slower. So it makes it hard to dodge the enemy's bullets, you know. Then you could also make another tank that says, oh, if you destroy the enemy AI 3 times in a row without dying once, then you get this tank that is really fast but does less damage, you know. Varying tanks with varying abilities and also flaws, little flaws, those are the kind of things that keeps players engaged, right? But for now, it's just like an arcade where you just play till you're bored. But I do believe that if you could implement the ideas I just brought up, the game will be far more interesting and there'll be more things for the player to do. Otherwise, it's alright. Just think about what I said. Now here is the other Jabe and Sven Sewer Surfing. The problem with this game is that it's almost like it's not finished. It doesn't feel finished. Because I feel like you wanted to tell a story with this game as opposed to the other one where you just do whatever you like. The thing is, you play the game, you touch the button, and where do you go? All you now have is a music superpower, which is cool, by the way. And when you roam around, you find a small hole. You'll be like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to go into this hole. You go into the hole and the game just ends. Why? Why is it like that? That sucks. It feels like the game isn't complete. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something because it feels like almost half the games I review, I always miss something. And I'm sorry for that. But this one, I really can't find. I thought if I touch the button, one of the gates will open up, but none of the gates open up. So what's the problem, man? Then also another minor problem, this Jabe, according to the controls, there's a power for L2, but when I press L2, what happens is the imp leaves the body and returns to it. It just leaves the body, return, leaves the body, return. That's what L2 does. You should probably check it out to your logic. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. I doubt it because that's not a power. It's not going to do anything. So why would you include it there in the first place? Another thing is the camera. I don't blame you for the camera. It's a free camera. But man, when you get into close-ups or tight spaces, the camera just squishes into the player and it's like, oh. And it's not just this game. Even the other Jabe and Sven had this problem. It's not your fault. It's just the camera. But if you feel like it's something you can fix, right, that would be cool. Otherwise, I don't think this game is finished. When you do finish it, hit me up. I will re-review this game. Last but not least, we have Sora from Kingdom Hearts by the Joker. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game before, but from videos I've watched, I could tell that the animation is on point. The attacking, the posing, it's all good. Now, there is a lot wrong with this. You could improve. One thing is the damage. It takes too long to kill these enemies. I could barely kill one before I die, despite me trying my hardest for there to be space between me and the enemy. They always just kill me. Why? Well, I'll tell you two things I think is wrong. There are too many enemies at a time. Don't spawn 3 at once, especially since it looks like your axe, the axe you gave the enemies, have a damage node in them. So even without them swinging it, as soon as I accidentally touch it, I lose health instantly, which is bad. I should only receive damage if I am hit with it, not if I touch it. but because of the way you set it up, it's very easy for me to die. I suggest reducing the enemy's health or increasing the amount of damage I do to them and reducing the amount of damage they do to me, or reduce the amount of enemies at a time that the enemy can attack. Otherwise, yeah, you have a lot to improve on. I'm pretty sure I've already told you most of what I want to say on the Reddit comment, but yeah, I've just expanded a little bit more on what I think is wrong. You can improve, and when you do improve, hit me up. I will re-review your game in the future. If you are lost, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you feel lost, you're on Reddit, right? Message or make a post that, oh, I don't know how to make the combat work. Can somebody help? There will always be someone to help you. That's what you have to love about this community, man. There was this game I reviewed called Silver Slumber. If you could get in touch with the creator who did that game, you can just ask him for tips on how he made his combat so solid. If you play that game, Silver Slumber, it is good. It's on Dreams. It is a good combat, and I suggest you could take inspiration from him and his game on how to make the combat work. Now, I'm sorry that I haven't done the re-review video that I said I was going to do. I'm going to review a bunch of games that I've reviewed before. The creators have contacted me and told me that they've improved on it, and I want to see that improvement. I want to review that improvement and give the game a fair score. That's coming soon. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss out. With that said, see you in the next review. Ciao.